Your toast done. Good afternoon, everybody. My dear students, this is the second class of IBO-1 and block number 2, and the topic is globalization process and forces. Globalization process and forces. This is the second class, and myself, Dr. Durga Madhav Mahapatra, lecturer in commerce, Fakirmohan Autonomous College, and as well as counselor of Indira Gandhi National Open University. I am presenting regarding the particular slides, the topic globalization process and forces. But in previous class, means last class, we have already discussed regarding the international business and some of the initiative related to international business, and today's class is related to that is called as a unit 5 is the globalization and an overview. Globalization and overview. Unit 6 is the international investment. Unit 7, that is called as a transnational corporation, and unit 8, that is technology transfer. There are the variety of topics as related to international business are there. In the unit 5, that is related to globalization, and in the unit 6, international investment. But the question is, in the unit 5, the topic is globalization and overview. Look, what is globalization? Means the globalization is initiated in India in the year 1991. It means the concept is started, that is called as a LPG, liberalization, privatization, and globalization. And globalization means openness of economy, or you may call it as it is a new architectural change of economy, or you may call it as it's a integration approach of with the world economy. The question is, what is world economy? Different country has a different economy. Means Japanese economy is there, US economy is there, European countries economy is there, as well as in Indian economy is there, mixed economy. But somehow we are integrating the economy with the other nations' economy. That's called as a globalization, and it may be called as a process, or it's have some of the multiple strategy, or it's have taken by the particular businessman, not only the businessman but also related to business good corporate houses. For example, if you take the best example of a Coca-Cola is coming or operate their business, Xerox companies also operate their business, or Samsung is operate their business, LG companies operate their business, and some Procter and Gamble, P&G, they also operate their business, Mazda, automobile industry, and some other companies, Toyota. These are the particular business houses or business giants. They start their operation in India due to only the positiveness of globalization. This is a right direction, right approach through which it has a change, a transformation of social as well as economical, as well as it's a boundaryless of geographical barriers. Means it's a one type of method to interact with the other countries' people, other countries' corporations, and other countries' government agencies. Universally, you can take into account of consideration, that is called as a globalization. But in simple word, you may call it as a openness of approach is known as globalization, or growing of economy with a independence of approach is may be called as a globalization, or deepening the economic integration with world economy, that is also called as a globalization. So there are different multiple facets are there through which the globalization carry over. Now the presently every company has an interested to take their business or open a new door or new window at a different type of countries. That type of openness of approach is called as a globalization. My dear students, if you see in my slide, what are the components of globalization? There are four parts of components of globalization are there. First of all, globalization of markets, globalization of production, globalization of investment, globalization of technology. Well, globalization of markets means the market is changing, and somehow you see there are different automobile companies are established their business in India. It creates a this they think the in India has an open market and there is a number of customers are there. And globalization of production, you see the China's products are available with a cheap rate due to the only the globalization. And globalization of investment means FDI or foreign direct investment are to be come up, and to that FDI in different sectors they are invested in a different percentage, 49% or 51% or 20%. That openness of investment are called as a globalization of investment. But if you think the technology, the question is technology. Technology is an enabler, and technology environment is also directly or indirectly impact upon the business. If you think there are different type of new technology are come up in a new world of business, that is called as a artificial intelligence, machine learning, robotics, drone technology, internet of things. These are the way through which how it is possible. This is possible only due to the globalization. This is the possible only the architectural change of business. This is possible only the how the our particular type of company business a surrounding a new world of business. My dear students, if you talk about some of the positiveness of globalization, you see the positiveness of means there is a free flow of capital or investment, free flow of technology, and increase of industrialization, and there is a production facility maybe increases and throughout of the globe, and balanced development of world economy, and the production and consumption pattern means the change of fashion habits through which a new type of concept is to become up. You see that is in a particular different type of platforms, like in a commodity prices with a lower prices with a high quality, and cultural exchanges, variety of products. You see the a similar line of a variety of products are available in the market only with the success of a globalization and increase of jobs. And jobs means employment opportunities created, income can be generated, high standard of living is increases, and balanced economical development and human development, welfare and prosperity of the particular state, particular area, and particular country can be enacted by the globalization. If I am concluding with my remark with the advantage, you may say the free flow of goods and services, or free flow for all sorts of capital from all countries, or free flow for new type of information technological changes all over the country, or movement of people from one country to another country, or there is a conflict solution problems are arises due to the globalization. If you see in airlines industry, several international airlines have to become up, and in India also. If you talk about in FMCG, there are different types of FMCG products or companies are there start their business in India due to the only the presence of globalization, and the world is one, and we are in a presence of such a world, we can interact, we can integrate our economy with the other country's economy. My dear students, if you see the negativity side of it or disadvantage or limitations of globalization, there is a negative is it kills the domestic business. Yes, it kills. How it kills means in India the majority of the sectoral development is arises through MSME sector, micro, small and medium scale enterprises. But in this section of globalization kills our heritage of a particular domestic production of the goods and services. But somehow it has an deepening our business also, means decline our business also, and it exploit the human resource. You see, IBM is a number one IT company which is situated also in India also and other countries also. Only why they choose in India? Only due to the less wages paid of human resources are to available plentifully in India, so that it exploits the human resource and it creates not only the unemployment, underemployment. It creates underemployments and it's decline the demand of domestic products. It can decline and decline the income also. Somehow it is has a positive point of increase of income or employment opportunity created, but somehow and but in negative side, however, it has a declining of income as well as domestic product. And another one is it's a gap between the rich and poor, and there is not utilization of natural resources, and commercial and political colonialism is arises due to the globalization. Means the globalization not only the only always in presently a good side, or it has some negative way through which domestic consumption or domestic countries human resources are to be exploited plentifully through the globalization. My dear students, this is the unit 5 of topic of globalization and the concept of advantage and disadvantage of globalization. And somehow there are different types of strategies of globalization is there. I have already pointed out in my previous class. The strategies are exporting, the strategies are contract manufacturing, the strategies are joint venturing, the strategies are franchising, the strategies are the like as a wholly owned subsidiary of a business, the strategies are assembling of contracts, the strategies are cross-border ventures or acquisitions, or in a different route through which the particular type of business are to be come up in India and start their business. In somehow the investor always route to in money through the in different type of three nations through this type of through globalizations. But the question is, the government always some of the measures are to be taken to increase the globalization or to upliftment of a globalized world with our economy through foreign investment, through partially convertibility of Indian rupee, and through foreign trade policy, and also restriction of tariffs, and also and export import policy are to be liberalized, and exim banks are to be initiated through a type of setting up a new joint venture business, and privatization of a government industries or government enterprises through which the business or we are directly or indirectly affect through this type of globalization. My dear students, this is the overall concept of unit 5. And another concept is that is unit 6. In the unit 6, the concept is international investment. The question is investment. Investment here, investment means the financing of or the position how the fund will be raising through the international business. If you talk about investment means here only one term is come up, that is foreign direct investment. Foreign direct investment means the when the investor based in a one country acquires an asset of a other country, that interest to manage the asset, that type of a technology of a management or marketing of a management, that is called as a foreign direct investment. Means we are uh, encouraging some of the countries funding to invest in our country in a direct basis or in a indirect basis. There are different type of routes are there through which foreign direct investment can be made successful. But when it is possible after 1991. I have already stated in my previous slides. After 1991, one concept is come up, that is called as a LPG, liberalization, privatization, and globalization. In this case, in this connection, FDI has a steadily a encouragement towards the economic liberalization when it is started in the year 1991, and then only they are focusing a basic feature through which the fundraising methods can be made. That's called as a FDI. The question is, what are the features, what are the characteristics of FDI? Now only the bulk investment can be made by the developed countries. You already know there are different types of countries are there: developed countries, developing countries, underdeveloped countries. But we are in such a scenario of developing countries. We are not the developed countries, we are developing, and the growth and investment can be substantial growth, and the GDP can be changed through the recipients of a FDI, and that type of contraction of action of business is called as a foreign direct investment. It is a flow of funds from other countries to the host country, and that's called as a foreign direct investment. My dear students, if you talk about foreign direct investment, another concept is come up, that is called as a portfolio investment. What is portfolio? Portfolio means my portfolio is a lecturer in commerce, but in here portfolio investment means that related to the financial portfolio, financial stocks, financial bonds, or financial any other instrument through gold or land or anything. That type of portfolio is arises through the concept of investment avenue of pattern of a particular country. My dear students, if you talk about portfolio capital, it means it's a recipients of a country which reveals the profitability and comparative advantage over the counterpart of the investing country. It means how much gold we have, how much dollars we have, and how much foreign currency we have. That type of recipients of a particular country that reveals that country is so strengthened and so positive mood through the particular investment avenue. But if you talk about a positive note of a FDI, you see there is a one point is positivity. It encourages the economic growth and economic stability, and also human capital development is also increases. Technology also enhanced through the FDI, and exports are to be increases. Exchange rate stability, I have already stated it through the fixed exchange rate, flexible exchange rates are there. Exchange rate stability means there are different countries currency exchange rates can be made through successful through FDI, and it creates a competitive market. It creates a change of a good climatical condition of a particular type of business, and market diversification, tax incentives in nature, and lower labor costs and subsidization schemes to be applicable through FDI. If you take further, we can discuss one by one sector how the FDI is enforced within India in a different scenario. If you take the example of disadvantage part or limitations part of FDI, you see there is a hindrance of domestic investment. It means it's an obstacle of domestic investment in a domestic sectors. But in India, there is a different type of other sectors are there through which the government is also protect from the ABI, like as a presently this government also somehow they are encouraging through the defense sector also through FDI also. And the risk from the political changes, somehow political scenario will be changes, and through this way the FDI position also changes, or it is the indirectly impact upon the investment pattern and exchange rates, high cost, non-viability of business, and there is a modern economic colonization and poor performance. Poor performance means that's a country is the performance of a particular company is also indeed applicable to the negativity of the FDI. But my dear students, if you talk about FDI and India, what is the relation in FDI India and what type of routes are there through which we can encourage the foreign funding or foreign companies investment, or you may call it as a that is called as a openness of a market for the foreign enterprises. There are different routes are there, different ways are there, different involvements are there through which the India can get FDI. One route is automatic route, another route is government route. If you talk about automatic route, the non-residents or NRI or Indian company does not require any no regulation from the RBI or government of India. They can directly come up here and they are invest in a particular type of business. If you talk the example of in banks, several banks are there. So these are also in automatic route. They start their operation like as a Citibank, like as a that is the RBL. These are the some other foreign type banks are there through which they are start their business. And in a government route, there is a government's approval is necessary. Or in a automatic route, there is no need of approval, no need from approval from the RBI or government of India or any state governments. But in a government route, there is a government's approval is mandatory, rules and regulations are to be framed out. How it is possible? And there is a different steps are there. Step 1, step 2, and step 3 is there. You see my slides. There is a step number 1 says the company first fill the application and through the foreign investment facilitation portal, and it is a single window clearance system. Next step number 2 is this application is forwarded to the in a respective ministry, and that ministry is called as a Ministry of Commerce, and one department is looking after, that is called as a Department for Promotion of Industry and International Trade, that is called as a DP, IIT, and Ministry of Commerce. Means first it has a single window clearance, application can be initiated through portal. Second step is the consultation through DP, Department of Promotion, Industry and Internal Trade, DP, IIT, and Ministry of Commerce. And step number 3 is the DP, IIT has an issued a standard operating procedure for process of application and existing of FBI policy. The question is, someone is asking me, sir, what are the automatic route category? In 100% automatic route category, it means like as a TV channels, like as a broadcasting, like as a, you see, there are several types of TV channels or broadcast contents we are viewing. There are several types of contents. It means they are the construction of any hospital or any type of IT parks or any type of mining and exploration or some other financial services, civil aviation services, or some of the repairs organization, petroleum and natural gas, or some of the white label ATM operation, thermal power, and single brand retailing trading, through which the particular type of 100% automatic route category can be initiated by the government of India. And another also, somehow some sectors are not come up with the 100% category. These are come up with some percentage, and the in a automatic category, that is called as a in a insurance, government is allowed in FDI only 49%, medical devices 100%, in pension fund, that is a pension fund, NPS, new pension schemes funds, that is called a PFRDS there, and in 49%, petroleum and refining 49%, and power exchanges 49% is there. It means the in a infrastructure company also, seen the securities market also, in a capital market, that the 49% is allowed in a FDI category in through the automatic route. Automatic route means there is no rules and regulations are to be push up or frame out in a particular type of to invest in a different sectors of business. But here the no purview under the government guidelines. But somehow another category is the government route category. Under this government route category, some of the banking public sector, that is called as a 20%, and or investment company 100%, food product retailing 100%. These are some of the other government route category. These are can be slashing down 100% to 20% onwards. But the government is also presently the government is also FDI prohibition of industries. What are the industries we are prohibited? But somehow the Modi government is focusing in defense sector. Some FDI investment is taken, initiative is taken. But here, FDI prohibition of industries means it's a automatic energy generation, and also lotteries. These are the also prohibited. Investment in cheat fund, nidhi companies, and agricultural plantation activities like as horticulture, fisheries, tea plantation, pisciculture, animal husbandry, and also housing and retail estate sectors. They in this connection, and cigarettes, and related to tobacco companies, these are also prohibited from the FDI investment. These are the some of the sectors, and even if somehow the government is now presently somehow it is liberalized in its different ways through investment pattern also for the FDI. My dear students, another topic is related to Unit 7. Unit 7, that topic is called as a transnational corporation. What is a transnational corporation? National plus plus national is equal to transnational corporation. What are the models of organizational development? If you talk about, my dear students, the business, I have already stated, the business is parametered with a different ways: sole trading, partnership, company pharma business, cooperative societies, and in different guidelines are there. In sole trading, there is no guidelines is there. Partnership, somehow guidelines is there. Company form of organization, there is a Companies Act 2013 guidelines is frame out. But here, organizational model or development means that organizational model is divided to different parts: global corporations, international corporations, multinational corporations, and last one is the transnational corporations. My dear students, everybody know the MNCs, and everybody is always happy with the working with MNCs because a huge amount of salary, and there is a n number of facilities are to be provided by the MNCs, and we are basically more conscious about the MNCs. But the question is multinational, that's called as a multinational corporations. But how it is different from one another? Globalized global corporations, international corporations, multinational corporations, and transnational corporations. There is a four models of corporations in international business. If you talk about global corporation, you see my slide, you see clearly it is stated. It produces in the home country or in a single country, and the marketing of these products globally or produces the product globally or focuses the marketing these product domestically. It means home country, the particular products are produced in home country and the marketing can be done through globally, that is called as a global corporations. Some companies are such a like that. For example, if you talk the example of Reliance, the Reliance company have an in a host country is India, and their same product is available at Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Pakistan, and some of the European countries, USA. That's called as a global corporations. Another one is international corporations. It means it conducts operation exporting and producing from one or more countries, that is called as the international corporations. Means as well as domestic orientation, some exporting and importing of goods and services one or more foreign countries, that's called as a that type of called as a international corporations. You see in a different books, when you read the Tata McGraw-Hill book, you see some of the books available in India. It is clearly written which countries it is available, what the price is, what, and some books are available in not in India, in some other countries the price is something different. That type of internationalization of pricing means the price, domestic price is different and international price is different, and sometimes someone says it is an international edition. What does it mean? International edition means and it is a domestic edition, and that is a somehow difference between the international edition and domestic edition. And that type of promotion, that type of business practices, that type of products which are available in a domestic price as well as in international price with a distinct in nature, that's type of corporation, that type of organization, that type of enterprise, that type of companies are called as a international corporations. Another one is MNC. Everybody happy with the MNC, multinational corporations. In a multinational corporations, different countries market regarding the product price and promotion, and they have a specific identities there, and they are in producing in a host country also, in other country, in a other countries they also they start their operation also. Marketing is something different from one country to another. That is a some multiplicity of facilities, and that is called as a multinational corporation, MNCs. And transnational corporations, here we are more conscious about a transnational corporation. It means it produces, markets, invests, and operates across the world. It produces transnational production is carrying in a host country, marketing is also done from the host country, investing and operates in across the world, means from the host country to other countries, that facilitation is arises, that is called the transnational corporations. But the question is why the firm become as a transnational? Why? The question is why. The answer is only to protect themselves, because there is a competitive is, arises, competition is arises among the enterprises, among the corporate houses. Means there is a not only the competition, that is called as a cutthroat competitions, and that competition on the stage you see in India, in a auto, in a telecom sector, only one giant is there, that is called as a Reliance, and no other competitor is compete with the Reliance. And some Airtel is somehow they increase their market share, they increase their customer base, and they increase their own strategies to adapt or to survival of their business. And somehow the VI, Vodafone, and some idea is merged together, and they also compete with the some point of stages. And that type of stages of arises. Vodafone is also a multinational company, and it is an international company, and they also creates a new strategy through which the idea collaboration is necessary. That type of protectionism, that type of way to growing the world market at a greater stage is arises through the transnational corporations. Another positive point is increases the foreign competition. Always, the competition is arises. Sometimes ago, Akai company, that is a Japanese company, electronics products are available. It is there now. There is nowhere. If you see, sometimes ago, the Philips products are available in any point of time, any corner of the particular state or country, but presently is nowhere. Means some of the companies, due to the lack of the strategy, they are without from the increasing of a corporate world, and also to reduce the cost of the production and to reduce the tariffs and take the advantage of technological expertise. If you the great take the example of technological expertise, once upon a time, Nokia is the number one in the particular mobile market, but nowadays Nokia is nowhere. Why this happens? Only the lack of Android technology, he is not adopting the particular technology. Even if the Nokia is collaborate with the Microsoft, and even if he collaborates, changes their marketing strategy, but he does not compete or beat with the Samsung. He does not beat with the some other companies which are to be presently a great player like some of the Chinese companies. Even if some of the government is more focusing towards not to use the Chinese products, but just that, but there is a paradigm shift of change of advantage of technology expertise, so that the farm becomes transnational. Another one is, my dear students, there are different features of TNCs is there, transnational corporations. What are these features? And that features are called as a, one is it's a very large on stage of that is called as a large in billions of dollars of sales value will increases through the small TNC and large TNC, and many TNCs depend upon the extent of foreign sales. If the sale is not increases, and how the particular company will survive? It means TNC is exceeding value of the world trade in goods and services, and how he counterpart the other companies point of view. And the main strength of the TNC is the command of technology and innovation. Means innovative ideas, innovation of generation through which the particular business can survive. That type of if you take the example of Patanjali, in similar line, they are adopting some of the innovative ideas through which they can upgrade their business in a at a next level. Means they can compete with the other international company, that is called the Procter and Gamble and Hindustan Unilever Limited, the through which the TNC is in a command of technology and innovation, and they also spend a huge amount through the research and development R&D. Even if 5 to 6% of their sales value is more focusing through the through the R&D, and it's and creates a tremendous market power also. My dear students, another one is a TNC are always responsive in environmental forces. Environmental forces as relates to the competitors, as relates to customer base, as relates to suppliers, as relates to financial institutions, as relates to government agencies. These are the stakeholders who are the really interested to participate in a TNC, or it's can be affiliated with the TNC companies, and it draws a next pool of resources through assets or through patents, trademark, and that's creates a human resources, proper utilization of resources, through which a strategically vision is necessary to formulate the plan of policy to harmonize our product process in a different way. That a positive note of a TNC means transnational corporations is a one type of corporation through which it can affiliate their business in a different angle, different point of vision is there so that it can success. But some of the issues are related to TNC. What are the issues? The issues are some of the conflict is there. It means somehow they are regarding the with regards to the developing countries and developed countries or host countries or interested countries. They, only the regarding the raw material they are conflict with each other, or the scarce of divert of scarce of raw material due to this the problem is arises. And somehow high profit oriented or consumer sectors also is also another part of a change of a TNC name, like as a branding name, trademark, and somehow the market share, market power. That these are the some of the forces through which a monopolizing of a profit is arises. For example, in a health sector, some specific companies are in a greater stake in a particular health sector, and they're monopolizing in some of the products or some of the health issues of products. So this is the way through which TNC issues are arises. Another one is not only the TNC possess technology, not only the TNC possess technology to the great extent to the host country, but also the R&D means investment in R&D somehow is question mark, and somehow is not a positive note through which the TNC is successful. Another one is somehow it has an protect to the market share or to recourse the restrictive practices through which the TNC can condition of a technology transfer. In a latter in a fourth section, technology transfer is another chapter is there. We have to discuss in detail. But here the price fixation, export restriction, and branding means the name and faming of a particular product, and trademarks is also issues related to TNC. And even though somehow some other points are there, you see in my PPT there are different type of transfer pricing methods are there. Another one is somehow the proper channelizing the method, and these are the some of the competitive ways through which TNC cannot prosper, and they are also a level of extent they are internationalized of organization to promote their national or international legal friends. These are the some issues are there. Means the global environmental problems is also another issue. Environmental hazardous goods, if they produce, that is another issue. And establish production centers, some production centers with cheap labor or creating a unemployment in the home country. This is another issue. Divert of resources is also another issue. And violation of environmental consideration. For example, you see in different like as a Lakshmi Mittal, a great giant of a steel company, not even if not started their business in Odisha also, only due to the some of the reasons. That reason is only the how far he protectional approach is through the TNC. It means some of the problems which are to be addressed upon, like as the environmental regulation, tax, and some issues are there. My dear student, this is the last topic as relates to the particular unit that is called as the IBO-2 block number 2, and that unit is, and last unit is, that is called as a technology transfer. But the question is technology transfer. What is technology? Technology is an enabler, and everybody using the technology. Without technology we cannot sustain in present days. But technology, it means to know how. Technology means we are utilizing the things through a new dimension, new ways. It is a driving force through which we are using the technology. Means without technology we cannot sustain. Even if in our through mobile we are now far away sitting with each other, interacting with each other through mobile. This is a present scenario of a new technology or the adoption of a new technology. The question is AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, IoT, Internet of Things, chatbots and drones, big data, predictive analysts and telematics, blockchain technology. These are the new technology are to become of in present scenario through which a new type of business dimension is changed in a greater stage. After you see in my, you listen my word, after 5 years, then you cannot use only the nowadays everybody government is only pushing the digital payments, but after 5 years you see no one can use the only paper currency or coin currency. Everybody is using the digital currency, and that digital currency is called as a Bitcoin. This is a next generation currency through which, with the integration approach of technology, we are thankful to technology through which we are using such type of things in a recent days. My dear students, the question is, what is transfer? Transfer of technology means shifting of technology or disseminating the technology for a commercial use, or through a contract we can transferring our knowledge, transferring our recipients to another body. That's called as a technology transfer. Means disseminating knowledge for a commercial purpose. For example, you see Maruti and Suzuki, there is a collaboration in between two companies. Means the Maruti has an production unit at Manesar, Gurgaon, and Suzuki is a Japanese company. Oh, he has given some of the technology through which they can produce together. And once upon a time, not present situation, Hero and Honda are togetherness of due to the source of technology. So due to the transfer of technology, they produce Hero Honda, and everybody using the Hero Honda. Hero Honda means very good automobile bicycle, but nowadays Hero is separate and Honda is separate. The question is here, the it's a process, it is a way through which disseminating of the knowledge or disseminating of commercial use of technology, involvement of communication by the transferer with relevant to recipients. Means it is the technology may between the internationalized or externalized, you may call it as a TT, and externalized means, or it means that includes the joint ventures, that may be the strategic alliance. You may call it as a Hero Honda, that's called as a joint venture, or maybe called as a strategic alliance, or maybe called as a international subcontracting, or maybe called as it's called as a collaboration, or maybe called as a operational level. In a different type of operational levels are there in a technology transfer, that may be called as a operational level, that may be called as a duplicative level, that may be called as a adaptive level, that may be called as a innovative level. My dear students, technology transfer only at a success at a point of time of a strategic alliance, at a point of time joint venture of their business, at a point of time international subcontracting, and through which a distinct nature of business can be focused on the in a present scenario of in Indian economy. My dear students, if you talk about the types of technology transfer, you may call as a, that is called as a through assignment through say licensing system. It is also a types of technology, and through provisioning know-how through feasibility study, plans, diagram, instruction, guides, formulates, and engineering designs and specifications, equipments, or for training services or advisory services through which the technology transfer can be successful. Or maybe you may call as a some necessity of installation, operation of a plant and machinery or turnkey projects, or somehow knowledge and necessary knowledge, acquire of installation knowledge is necessary through which the particular technology transfer is successful. And even if some provision of a technology content, industrial and technical operation arrangement, we throw technology transfer is successful. But somehow some features are there. What is the feature? It's a gap between the farms and nation states, and it is a one type of designing and drawing and know-how the services, and it's a process of improving the particular type of better quality of services provided, and it's called as a global competition can be met effectively by the developing countries also, or global sourcing of business operation can be made through the technology transfer. But however, some mechanism of they are through technology transfer. I have already stated similar mechanism is there as in stated at the time of international business, exporting, licensing, contracting, subcontracting, and joint venture. These are the some of the methods are there. Or in a globalization, similar mechanism, licensing and subcontracting, joint venture, collaboration of approach, similar line is there. Similarly, in a technology transfer, similarly licensing agreement is necessary. Me and contract of supply of machinery and equipment is necessary. Training and employment or being expertising of training is necessary. Skilling, upskilling, reskilling the particular manpower, human resources is necessary. That licensing agreement, if you talk about licensing agreement, licensing can be get or that is franchising can be get some of the way through technical expertise from the licensor or used by the licensee in different terms and conditions are there. And in a contract supply of machinery, there is a nature of technology not being complex. If the contract is supplied with a operation technology is there, and in training or employment, technical experts are there, and there are different training in foreign technical experts are there. In a turnkey projects means comprehensive technology necessary, turnkey projects and supervision is necessary, and supply of designs, new creation of technology, how it is possible, how is it successful. Subcontracting, similar line is there, and acquisition of a company or business owning technology, joint venture, collaboration agreement with a new empowerment of a business, and that type of approach is related to the technology transfer. My dear students, technology transfer means transferring a new technology or disseminating a new knowledge throughout to the a new type of business dimension, that is called as a transfer of technology, in which way the business may be successful, or the business or the particular company can acquisition of a company or business going through a new technology, so that the business may be successful in near future. But if you talk with the relevance with the globalization, if you compare with the globalization, the similar line of negativity points are there. Somehow it is as a positive. Like as a sometimes we say the globalization have a positive impact on employment. Sometimes we may say it has an directly or indirect upon unemployment, or it's have an exploitation of the labor also. Means with cheap labor, cheap human is through human resource says that can be available in our country, so the companies are to be more encouraged in nature or more way through which the particular type of business can make successful. If you talk the strategic areas is also necessary to entrust the particular type of doing the business, or somehow it's have an directly or indirectly impact upon the culture and value system of our business. Value system will decline through the way of doing the particular type of business. My dear students, these are the some of the topics which are related to your subject IBO 2 block number 2. There are four topics are there. Among the four topics, there is a one two topics are important. One is globalization, another one is technology transfer. If you talk about globalization, even if some positive note are there, expansion of market, branding development, and in a development of capital market through which globalization can be made successful. But some other negative sides are there also. Thank you, my dear students. If any questions, you may ask me, or if any doubt, you may also ask me. If any questions or any point of approach, if you do not understand the points, then you can ask me, or you may put through chat box whether you are satisfied or not satisfied, or any question. My dear students, please put the chat box, yes or no or anything. I can throw chat box. Someone says today's PPT is also required for us. Yes, Vibhuti, sure. I may send you, and you may send me through the WhatsApp also me, and then I can send you. Yes, sir. Satisfied. Maninder Singh, good. Thank you. And Sobhagya Khatua. Actually, my dear student, the time is very short, so that it is difficult for me to complete the particular task. Uh, so it's a very difficult for me to. And the uh, next class at the same time, 5:30 to 6:30, 5:30 to 6:30. And last 6 days I have taken your IBO-1 and IBO-4. IBO-1 and
One question, one student asks, what about franchising?
yes. The question is franchising. Franchise, one is licensing, another one is franchising. It's a one of a business unit, meaning the giants has a right to do the business in a particular manner. Means we are given a right to do the particular business, like as a Kentucky Chicken, KFC, or you may call it as a some of the franchise like a cafe, coffee cafe. These are called as a means particular manner business unit some other countries, that is called as a franchising. Means we are giving some rights, that's called as a franchising. But licensing is something different. Licensing means that's called as a we are giving the patents, we are giving the some of the trademarks, we are giving some of the copyright also, that through the licensor, or it is a agreement enabler between the licensor and for utilization of the intellectual property rights, that's called as a licensing. Means using the intellectual property right, that is called as a licensing. And here franchising means right to get some of action related to particular do the business, that is called as a franchising. For example, I take the getting franchisee of a some other company and to start start a one showroom, that is called as a franchising. A different type of foreign companies franchising can be taken by the some of the business houses, that's called a franchise. Another question is there is a concept of a dash percentage of FDI flow. I did not get it. Actually, the FDI is taken can be in two routes. One is a direct route, another one is government route. But somehow every year FDI percentage is changing every year. And so everybody has requested to, if you read the business line or economic times or business standard, you somehow the FDI limit changes. Like as in newsprint media, FDI limit is something changes, and some other sectors that is also changes. In insurance, that is 49%. Previously, it is 26%. Someone says, what is the difference between FDI and FI? FDI means foreign direct investment. FII means foreign institutional investment. These are the similar lines. FI means institutional investors. If you take about the some of the big farms through which the funds can be raising, that's called as FIs. And even if sometimes we are say we can say it is a once two sides of a same coin. Another question is during COVID, I do not know that assignment. And what is the difference between FDI and portfolio? I already clearly stated portfolio means what's my portfolio? My portfolio is a lecturer in commerce. But the question is portfolio means that is a bunch of avenues, whatever avenues, stock, bonds, debenture, gold, reserves, these are called as avenues. In the last class, you see in portfolio of a country, it means capital account, and that is current account, another is the financial account. There are different types of portfolios there. Portfolio means in a particular country is financial reserves, or you may call it as a, that's called as a gold reserve, that may be called as a portfolio. Sir, please give us your number. Sir, please share your WhatsApp number. And sir, please share PPT, block one, block two. Sure, yes.
Hello,
Um,
sir. Pictures of PNC.
share my PPTs of block one and block two. And in the uh, next class, we have also share my detailed PPT. But before that, I may stop.